Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Pick a Group reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot, and in today's video we're going to be doing a tarot reading. As I mentioned, it is a Pick a Group reading, which means it is still a general reading, but we aim to hopefully offer more specific messages for each and every one of you by having you first select a group that you feel most drawn to. Before we get into today's reading, let me explain the topic, which will hopefully help you figure out which of these three groups you're feeling most drawn to. As mentioned in the title and in the description, we're asking Spirit, how is your person currently thinking and feeling towards you? It is important that you have either a specific person in mind before you select a group today, or you could have the idea of a person in your mind. For example, if you're asking about a future spouse, you may not know them by name, so you would ask about future spouse. And in specifics, you could ask about a specific person by name as well. So this kind of reading is aimed to be as explicit as possible. I do aim to make sure that we are getting to the root of how your person is thinking and feeling about you currently. It is not necessary for you to know this person intimately. We will be having a look at their energy towards you, their thoughts, their feelings, and where things are likely to progress in the near future. There will be an extended reading for each of the three groups where we will get more specific and we will get more messages for each of the individual groups. You do have to start here to get there, so let's get you associated with each of the groups so that you can hopefully intuitively feel which of these three groups you are most drawn to. The idea of being drawn to a specific group means that you most likely have more of your messages in that specific group. So group one over here, your group will have the Mystic, I believe it's the Mystic Mondays tarot deck. I don't have the box near me, so I can't double check, but it is a beautiful, beautiful deck. This is what the deck looks like. And your card to help select this group, if you feel drawn to it, is Happy Endings, the end of a chapter. If you feel drawn to this card or this deck, you will be a part of group one's reading. Group two, you have the Dreamy Moons tarot deck. This is what the deck looks like. It's a beautiful deck, very interesting symbolism. And your card is Speak Up, use your voice to express yourself. If you are feeling drawn to this card or this deck, you'll be a part of group two's reading. And my group threes, you have the Curious Creatures tarot deck. I did have to think about that. This deck was a gift from a very, very close friend of mine. It's very different. All three decks are very different. If you feel drawn to this deck, you'll be a part of group three's reading. Group three, you have this beautiful card, Forgiveness, Set Yourself Free. If you feel drawn to this card or this deck, you'll be a part of group three's reading. Pause the video if you need to look at the decks or the cards a little bit longer. Give yourself as much time as you need. If you do need more time or more help, you may wish to join me in the 1-minute meditation that will be playing after this clip. It is a meditation that is guided by myself with the intention of helping you intuitively pick a group that has the most honest messages for you. When you know which of these three groups you feel most drawn to, check the timestamps in the description box or below this video along the timeline indicator and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Welcome, my group ones. If you chose this beautiful Mystic Tarot deck or the Happy Endings end of a chapter card, then this is going to be your reading. Group one, just to refresh both of our memories, we are here asking about your person's thoughts and feelings towards you. It is important that you start this reading with the idea of a person or a specific person in mind. If you haven't done that yet, I suggest you go back to the pick a group portion and be as specific as you can with the person or the idea of the person that you're asking about. So let's get into it, my group ones who are ready. We start your reading actually looking at this card. So group one, this card was not a coincidence. When I drew this card, I was specifically asking Spirit, what is your person's current energy towards you? And we got the Happy Endings, end of a chapter. I think endings is the key word here, but we also want to focus on the fact that it is prefaced by happy. Your person's energy towards you is that something is ending in a very positive way. This person is happy about the fact that a cycle is closing. They're happy about the fact that things are changing, and they're happy about the fact that things are not the same between the two of you. Spirit, what is this person's current energy towards my group ones? I'm going to use the playlist Oracle deck by Jalissa's Messages to get a better read at this person's energy towards you. What is this person's current energy towards my group ones? We have 1,000 Years by Christina Perry. What is this person's current energy? We have Tearing Up My Heart by NSYNC, and we have Adele, Make You Feel My Love. There Goes My Baby. I do feel like this person, for some of you, is someone that you may have lost. They see you walking away from them, my group ones. They see you in a state of moving away from each other in some way. That is just something that I'm picking up on for some of you. But the energy is very much about trust and surrendering. I feel like for this group, there is an element of needing to trust the process. This person's energy towards you is that there is an instability in this connection. There isn't exactly a warm and fuzzy feeling in that things are on the best of terms between the two of you. There is a strong awareness of the fact that you're not on the same page, or things just aren't as smooth as they could be right now. I feel that for all of you, there is a waiting energy here as well. There is a feeling of needing to have trust, and there is also a feeling of things being out of your control. Spirit, what happened recently in this connection? What happened recently in this connection? I'm shuffling in the supplementary cards as well. That's right. What happened recently in this connection between group one and their person? We have the Seven of Pentacles coming out. So recently there is a strong feeling here of a lot of effort being put in by at least one person, and then a waiting period being offered. This waiting period was likely due to the fact that there wasn't the most straightforward way. I also feel like someone wasn't giving as much as the other person. This Seven of Pentacles feels like there were resistances or challenges being met in this connection, especially with Taurus here. We wanted things to be a certain way, but we weren't able to get there without putting in work and without putting in effort. Recently, it feels like things were re-examined, and we both were feeling very unfulfilled with the progress of this connection and where things were. We're also being shown the Four of Swords reversed. So recently, this person has reanimated. There was a feeling of coming out of a period of rest or inaction, and also feeling like there are things that you can do, but it's not what you originally planned to do. It feels like someone in this connection pivoted, and I'm going to have to be general. Either you did or this person did. I can't get too specific because it is a general reading, and it's likely that the roles will be reversed, but someone did pivot. What they originally wanted, they could not have, so they had to move in a different direction, and they chose to do that instead of feeding energy into this connection. They chose to start taking action in a different direction. What else happened recently? Spirit is showing us the Queen of Wands reversed. Spirit, how did this person, whether it was the viewer or the person they're asking about, pivot? The Ace of Swords reversed. They did something that felt like a last resort or a mistake even. Something that they're not too proud of. They pivoted in that they tried to go back on something that they initiated or that they implied. It feels like the kind of energy of like it was we assumed that it would work out this way, but we never really wrote it in stone and signed the dotted line. And so it feels like this person instead had to pivot in a different direction, even though they didn't necessarily want to, or they didn't initially agree to, they ended up having to. And with the Queen of Wands here reversed, recently in your connection, someone was feeling very insecure and very frustrated with the fact that they weren't getting the recognition they deserve from the other person here. So they sought validation from other sources. And it does feel like there were questions over how this connection fits into other plans that we have and other interests that we have and other passions that we desire. It feels like the segregation was starting to happen within this connection, in which we were separating energy. We were separating this from that, and we started to pull ourselves away from this connection. Either consciously or subconsciously, energy has shifted here, and we're not as interested as we once were. So recently, someone was definitely clearing out a lot of baggage in this connection so that they could give themselves a fresh start. Recently, someone realized exactly what they want and exactly how they want it with this foolish man. They realized where they want to start investing their time and their energy, and they realized especially what is currently intriguing and curious and piquing their interest. Someone has recently found a new curiosity, a new fascination, and they are hoping to step towards that with most of their resources and energy. So if this isn't you, this is your person. Let us zoom out and delve into this a bit deeper. Spirit, I'm going to move these cards over here. Yeah, we got heaps of room. We got heaps of room. All right, Spirit. What are this person's thoughts and feelings towards my group ones right now? What are this person's thoughts and feelings towards my group ones right now? We have the Ace of Swords. What are this person's thoughts and feelings towards my group ones right now? We also have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have the Seeker of Swords reversed. We have the Death card reversed, and we have the Six of Swords reversed, and here we have the Sage reversed. Not all the cards are reversed, we just happen to get a lot of reversals. So let me put your deck there. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water while I absorb this energy. My group ones, I'm starting to see that this person spends a lot of time trying not to think about you. They spent a lot of time in the recent past occupying a lot of thoughts about you and spending way too much time trying to figure out where this road with you was headed. They recently made a decision to start focusing on other things, and they recently made a decision to be at peace with the unresolved conflict between the two of you. They recently had to surrender this connection and let go of the fact that there is unfinished business, but there's not much more that they can do or want in this situation. Their mind is currently distracted and preoccupied with how they can best move forward for themselves. And they are also focusing on other people right now as well. Not necessarily with a specific intention, but more with a sense of curiosity and a helpful detachment from this situation. This person does actively try not to think about you, group one. And there aren't very many feelings cards here except for the Death card reversed. And the Six of Swords is also saying that they are trying not to feel much. Because that Six of Swords is reversed, there is a feeling of a conversation that they really wanted to have with you, either not going the way that they expected if they got the chance to communicate, or not happening at all. And so they've had to make peace with the fact that they need to find resolution from a different horizon. This person with the Sage card here is very much having to accept the information that they have and find closure from the information that they have. A Sage reversed moment is also a feeling of not practicing what you preach or not actually learning from the lesson at hand. And this can be a very frustrating feeling for someone who seeks wisdom. And with all these swords cards here, I think this is someone who is quite logical or someone who does rely on facts. And it has been an exhaustive process for them to just deal with what they have, realizing that they're not going to get much more. I also see with this Seeker of Swords reverse that this person has had to stop seeking information about you, either from secondary sources like other people, mutual acquaintances, or from places that you frequent, including social media. They've had to try to limit their access to you and their access to information about you. So therefore, they may have recently changed settings to make sure that they don't see what you're posting, or they may have had to change their routine to make sure that they don't accidentally bump into you and see what you're doing. They may have even changed their social circle so that they don't accidentally bump into you and catch up with you. I feel like this person has withdrawn from this connection with the intention of giving themselves a fresh new start in a different direction. I think with the Ace of Swords being here though, this is a fairly fresh idea, this is a fairly new concept, and they're still getting their head around what that means for them and what that means for this connection. I want to clarify now how they actually are feeling about you, because we didn't get a lot of that in this tarot deck. So let me pull some cards from my second deck over here. How is this person actually feeling about my group ones? Okay, they spent a lot of time trying to figure out if this was the right thing to do in terms of creating space and walking away. Very attracted to you. They got distracted by you is what I'm being told. They got distracted by you. They've had to withdraw romantic feelings for a lot of you. But they've had to also withdraw their gestures. They're not giving you as much attention as they used to. This person's feelings for you remain unresolved. They know more about how they feel now that a certain separation period has began. Sorry, you can't see that card. Let's pull it over here. But with the Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck, they're also being very careful about how much time they spend with you. They only see you when they have to. They're trying not to go out of their way to bump into you. With the Hanged Man being here, this person's feelings are quite deep. They're very reflective though, and they're very meaningful in an intentional way. It's almost like they're intentionally processing their feelings. They're intentionally trying to feel or sift through how they feel about you. And the Hanged Man is also a sign of someone who's trying to understand what all of this was for. Like, why did it have to happen? Why did I have to feel this way? Why did I have to act that way? Why did I feel drawn in that way? And they're trying to figure out the why behind the feeling. And I think with the other cards here, this person is trying to just get back on track in some ways. They're trying to feel worthy in some ways as well. So this connection could have taken them away from another plan that they had, especially towards their career or towards their idea of success and growth and mastery. I feel like this person is feeling as though this connection was a heavy distraction from a bigger plan that they had in a material way. With the Queen of Wands, they see you as a bit of a siren, as someone who is very attractive. You're probably this person's type, if they have a type. But they're very attracted to you. They like looking at you. They like being around you, and they like being given attention from you as well. So they sort you out, and they're aware of that in that it clouds their judgment. So they feel like you are a temptation and that you do kind of distract them. With this Eight of Cups reversed, I don't see it as them wanting to come back. I see it more as them spending a lot of time wondering when to go. And they may have even delayed that action for a long time. Maybe they should have made this more definite decision to move forward or to leave this connection behind earlier, instead of prolonging it for so long. So I do think with this Eight of Cups being here, this person did feel like one of you walked away sooner than the other person did. They may have felt that that was you, group one. Their feelings for you seem to be hot and cold at times. They don't know how to feel right now, but they are trying to control how they feel to justify the actions that they've recently made as well. So let us get some respectfully the truth messages from this person. What do they want to say to my group ones? We have late at night, sometimes I can't sleep thinking about you. I do believe that just with all the swords that came out when we first pulled for this person. We also have, I want you to put me first. I'm not going to take reversals in this deck. I'm going to get a few more cards though. What else does this person want to say? Okay. I love everything about you. Yeah, I feel like you were this person's type. What else does this person want to say? This person feels like they drove themselves crazy trying to stay the object of your fascination in terms of trying to keep your attention at times. What else? Maybe even vice versa. Maybe you resonate with that message more. If you drove yourself crazy trying to be the main focus in this person. We have you were a rebound. You're going to have to explain. I want to take the lead. I'm seeing you in a whole new light. So you were a huge boost to this person's confidence. You may have been specifically a rebound, but I'm seeing it was bad timing, love, at the back of the deck. So I feel like you were a rebound is more talking about the fact that this person was trying something out with you. They weren't going to or ready to dive in head first into something serious. They were testing the waters with you. And they realized that they were doing that with someone who probably deserved more than what they could offer. My ex watches your social media. What else does this person want to say to my group ones? We have stopped running away. That'll resonate especially for those who left this connection first. They also feel like you're avoiding a conversation for those who have created distance between this person. I don't like to lose their ego, and I'm at breaking point. So this person does feel like this was a last resort, their actions. They feel like other things were tried and it just wasn't working out. They were met with a lot of resistance. The back of this half of the deck, we're seeing it took me a while to see you were right. My ego was in the way. And we could see that. We got the Queen of Wands twice from two different decks. A heavy interference in terms of self and ego. And sometimes that's not a bad thing. It's good to be in touch with your ego and to know what you want and to recognize your worth and how you should present yourself energetically when interacting with other people. But this person had a distorted perception of their ego. They were distorted in their decisions based upon the things that they wanted and desired without truly channeling their sense of self-worth. And so that was reflected in ultimately the actions that they took with you, my group ones. They felt as though a lot of effort had been put into this connection, but it still wasn't growing in the way that they wanted it to. And they still had to find out why they weren't satisfied, because this connection was definitely making them feel unfulfilled. And they realized it was very much about the kind of energy that they were feeding into this situation with you. What is the advice for my group ones before we go into the extended reading? What is the advice for my group ones? We have fertilizing, number 10. This card says, food is not the only thing that nourishes you, dear one. Be mindful of what you feed your soul. What other advice do you have for my group ones before we go into the extended? I'm going to take these two cards. We have Mirror Guardian and Drum. Mirror Guardian says, take time to reflect, and Drum says, dream and journey. First of all, Spirit is really asking for you to not seek out a rebound yourself. Spirit is saying, take time to reflect on the situation and to observe how you got into this situation and why it didn't work out and what exactly went wrong. Be unbiased, observe both sides of the story from your perspective in terms of the information that you have. Based on what you do know, have a look at what could have gone wrong from their side, what did go wrong from your side, because you know more about what happened based on your information and how you live your life. But really be careful about repeating this situation with another person or with the same person, because we have not taken time to reflect and to learn from what has previously transpired. Because there are no such thing as mistakes, but every challenge presents an opportunity to get better. And I do think with Drum, the Dream and Journey card over here, Spirit is saying you have the chance to change your trajectory here. You have the opportunity to move things forward based on this cycle that is closing between you and this person in a brand new direction with a baggage-free, fresh start vibe. It's not just what's occurring for this person. You have that opportunity too. It may not be a duplicate of what this person has, but you still have an opportunity to start fresh for yourself. So the Drum card is also about finding your own pace, finding your own rhythm, and not comparing your beat to that of the other person's or another person in general. It would be very unhelpful for you to compare your journey to somebody else's right now. Focus on your own rhythm, your own beat, and focus on how you want that beat to either remain the same or helpfully change. Fertilizing is beautiful. This card is talking about being mindful in general of how you are nourishing your thoughts, your ideas, your passions, your desires, your emotions. Be very careful of what you are consuming and of who you are seeking out, whether this is distractive means in terms of scrolling on social media or being around people to distract yourself from what has happened here. Just be careful, because your brain is like a sponge and your vessel is like a sponge. You are consciously and subconsciously absorbing a lot right now, especially. So be aware of what you are doing to fertilize your conscious and subconscious self. Make sure that you're nourishing yourself adequately and helpfully with the right information, energy, and resources to help you grow and evolve from the situation. Let's have a look at what we're covering in the extended reading. I actually want to get cards from this deck. What are we covering in the extended reading for my group ones? We have In Between Worlds. What are we covering in the extended reading? We also have Ripe Fruits. Fire Mother. At the back of the deck is Gifts from the Past. Okay, we do have a few things to talk about. Let me just bring my voice recorder. So group one, in your extended reading, Spirit wants you to know what is happening next in this connection. We also need to cover what this person's intentions are towards you. So we're going to talk about that. Just in case there is any other messages for you. We did kind of talk about this in the first part of your reading, but we can get more specific in the extended. What is next between the two of you? And what are this person's intentions? Spirit also wants you to know what is next for you in general. Where is this leading to? With ripe fruits, we also need to kind of follow that analogy, but focusing more on what you are harvesting, because you do have some sort of reward here with ripe fruits, indication of abundance, of a blessing. So we're going to ask about that. What blessing, harvest, or abundance are you raking in the near future? We also need to have a look at how you are expanding and what you need to know about your options of expanding. We can focus on that generally, but Spirit does want to talk about this in terms of love as well and your connections with Fire Mother. That is a strong feeling of what do you need to know about maximizing the energy around you and the potential around you. We also need to talk about this Gifts from the Past card. That card is about why things had to go this way that they went. What is the overall lesson here, or why did this happen, just so you can gain perspective on what that was all about, why you had to go through that, and hopefully where it is all leading to. So if that sounds like something that would be very helpful for you, if the extended reading is something you're interested in, especially if the first part of your reading resonated, your extended reading will be on my website. A link to the extended readings page is in the description box. Make sure you click on the right video. You are group one from their thoughts and feelings reading. So make sure you click on the right group, the right video, please, my group ones. If you are an Amethyst Hermie member on my website, you will have access to all the extended readings in today's video, including all the previous extended readings that have been posted for the last 13 months. Now, before you go, my group ones, wherever you are going, whether you're joining me in the extended or not, I really want to take time to appreciate you for all your support, for all your energy, and for all your time. One of the most valuable resources in this life. I appreciate you for being here. I'm so, so grateful to be able to read for you and to be a part of your journey. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it was confirming, and I hope it did offer you the clarity and hopefully that bigger picture that you need to be able to feel more in control of your journey, of your life. Please look after your beautiful self, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Dreamy Moons tarot deck or this beautiful Speak Up card, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome group 2. We're asking Spirit today, what are your person's thoughts and feelings towards you? I'm also going to have a look at what their energy towards you is like. It's really important, my sweet souls. I know I asked you to do this in the intro, but because we're in your group now officially, if you could please just give me 30 seconds of your time. I want you to really focus on the sound of my voice. You don't necessarily have to look at the screen, but really listen to this reading. I really want you to keep the idea of your person at the forefront of your mind. Who or what kind of person drew you to this reading? Whether you have a specific person in mind who you can name or visualize, or whether you have the idea of a person in mind, keep that at the forefront of your mind. Spirit, what is Group 2's person's current energy towards them? What is Group 2's person's current energy towards them? What is Group 2's person's current energy towards them? Right. What is Group 2's person's current energy towards them? Okay, my Group 2s, feel free to do whatever you were doing before and now. Let's have a look. I'm going to zoom in a little bit while I lay out these cards. We have Cardi B, Ring, coming out first. We also have Backstreet Boys, As Long As You Love Me. And we have J-Lo, Waiting for Tonight. Waiting for tonight. Oh. Da, 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 da. Waiting for tonight. And Speak Up. Shy on Me. Why am I thinking of all these songs? Okay. What is this person's current energy towards my Group 2s? The Flower of Life reversed and the Hermit. You've definitely given this person a lot to think about, my Group 2s. You've given this person a lot to think about. This person has had a huge shift in self because of you. Meeting you, being around you, watching you, listening to you, hearing what you have to say has really prompted this person to go inside of themselves and to start to question some of the bigger, I want to say issues, but it's not necessarily issues. It's like you have made them question the trajectory based on who and what they've already done, who they were and what they've already done. It is a bit of a shift in identity, to be honest with you, but the Hermit with the Flower of Life reversed can look like someone who's currently seeking answers to gain a stronger sense of purpose and self. They're trying to find their reason to being here and to being a meaningful part of this consciousness, this reality. Whether they are someone who is a deep thinker and someone who likes to kind of project themselves into the collective energy, or whether they are someone who is more practical, logical, and structural in terms of trying to be a valued member of society. This is someone who is questioning who they are and what they kind of mean on a grand scheme of things to this world, but also to you. Their energy towards you is that they don't really know how the two of you fit together. They are more focused on your differences right now rather than your similarities. They're more focused on how the two of you clash and how there are certain things that don't quite fit together. They are also thinking about the fact that you are a meaningful person. You are someone who has a high sense of worth, however we measure that. You're someone who this person realizes they can't just sort of mess around with. You are someone who needs to be taken seriously. And I believe that this has caused a lot of this sort of introspection, because this person is also thinking that outside of any sort of material accolades, gaining sort of any recognition or worth through physical achievements, there is this strong sense of belonging that they are and have been seeking throughout their life. And I feel like they see that with you, whether because you've had extensive history in getting to know each other, or whether it's because the way that you've met has been quite impactful. It feels like currently you're in their life at a time where they are reshaping a lot of the pillars that they used to sort of cling to or hold on to or use for support. And I think they're realizing that you are someone that they want to have as a strong pillar of support. So there is also this energy of wanting to communicate that to you, my group twos. This person's energy is that they need to find a way to express this to you. So they are in hermit mode, thinking about it all, trying to get it all in a neat sort of bundle, for lack of a better word, getting it all wrapped up together so that they can figure out how to ultimately say it to you. This person is thinking about the future, but they're very much also stuck in thoughts of the present and how to get forward, how to move forward, and how to move away from things that they've done in the past. This could be someone who's been through quite a lot in life. They've had enough experience to make them really think about who they are and the fact that they probably need to change. Only because I feel like this person has already been through a lot of development and they're still not who they want to be. They're still not where they want to be. There is still a lot more that they want to gain before they can feel more satisfied. And I believe they see that with you, sweets. Really just thinking about it all. Their energy towards you as well with this JLo waiting for tonight card is that you are very, very sweet. And perhaps there's this juxtaposition of some sort of cold, hard reality against this beautiful, sweet image of you. And this vision of what they've been waiting for when it comes to you as well. So let's have a look at their thoughts and feelings for you now, sweet soul. Sorry, my nose just started to be annoying and it's a bit leaky, so I'm gonna deal with that real quick. Sorry. There is something going around, but I'm not sick. My sinuses react to change in temperature, and it's raining at the moment where it was so hot yesterday. Okay, group two, too much information about me. Let's get back to you. What is this person's current thoughts and feelings towards my group twos? We have temperance. This person's current thoughts and feelings towards group two. We have the the 10 of crystals. We have the Tower. This person's current thoughts and feelings towards my group. It's two pieces. Hanged Man reversed. Oive. We have the Queen of Crystals. And at the back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. Okay. So, let me get my little crystals. Speaking of crystals, how is this person thinking and feeling about you, my group twos? To be honest with you, there is an energy here of this person knowing that the way that they feel for you isn't going to change. This person sees you as someone of value, as someone who really pulls at their heartstrings. You have a sweet impression in this person's mind, but they are trying to uncomplicate their lives right now. So it does feel like this person is just trying to get their priorities straight with the Two of Stars reversed. They're trying to focus on just whatever needs are the loudest right now. It's essentially that energy of the squeakiest wheel gets the grease. This person is trying to grease up the squeakiest wheel and deal with the top priorities right now. So this connection could be on a back burner because of that. They are in a very practical energy of just dealing with certain needs and also being in a bit of a survival mode because of that. They don't have a lot of capacity, and I think I need to explain that just in case you've taken that personally. There are other things that they've also had to put on the back burner. Now, outside of that, there is a strong feeling of it being a bit of a balancing act in general with you right now, having to juggle their thoughts and feelings for you along with someone else or something else. There is a strong feeling here of trying to be practical with the choices they make. And again, I'm just saying this to help you understand in case you felt like they have neglected you or the connection. It does feel like they're just trying to be practical. Well, I need to eat. I need, a roof over my head. So I'm going to have to start putting the little bit of energy that I have into my job. For some reason, this person feels depleted when it comes to time. They could be very busy, or they could just be running low on steam and they don't have a lot of time outside of their affairs when it comes to, you know, just paying the bills and making sure that there's food on the table. I do feel like this person's feelings are a little bit confused because the only feelings card we got is the Hanged Man, and it is reversed. Their energy is very drawn to you. That's a whole different thing. Their energy is very drawn to you. They do think about you, and they spend a lot of time just sort of in their head about what all of this means and what the implications of pursuing something with you would mean. I do think that with the Hanged Man reverse, their feelings are not getting the best of them. I don't see them making a heart-based decision right now. I see them trying to stubbornly cling to some sort of logical idea so that they don't complicate the situation anymore by making it a feelings-based choice. I do think with the Hanged Man here that this person is genuinely just trying to keep things simple while also confusing the hell out of themselves because they're not giving themselves permission to pursue what they feel. With that being said, I can also see how this person has all the information they already need in order to make a decision that is best for them. But they are choosing to ignore something here. They are choosing to bury their head in the sand a little bit and making out like their hands are tied. Outside of that, with the Tower, which by the way, we have 3 major arcana here, with the Tower card here as well, there is a strong feeling of destruction and potentially self-destruction. I do think that they may have sabotaged this connection, or this connection may be in destruction crisis mode because of the repercussions and the consequences of decisions and actions that were taken in the recent past. The Tower is symbolic of sudden destructive change, and the reason why it is destructive is because it's destroying any unstable foundations, anything that is not built off of authenticity, honesty, and stability. And to be fair, when the Tower moment shows up in a relationship reading, it's because the foundation of that relationship is not stable. And the actions that we are contributing towards that relationship are either not honest, authentic, or stable. There is an instability here that is destroying the foundations of this relationship. And I do think with the Tower being here, this is the change that is necessary in order for you both to align with what is your best possible timeline, outcome, situation. Parts of this relationship connection need to crumble in order for you to realize what is best for you, respectively, let alone if you wish to pursue something together. This person is having to face something with that, and although they're trying to bury their head in the sand when it comes to their feelings, the bridge is burning and there is nowhere to go. So we will have a look at what that means, but we're just going to keep going through their thoughts and feelings. With the Temperance card, that's that pull towards you, that's that attraction. That's them realizing that your energy is magnetic and acknowledging the fact that there is this draw to want to be around you. I think your presence gives this person a lot of peace, my group twos. I think there is a strong level of attraction and it exceeds the physical kind of what the eye beholds. Although this person does find you to be very physically attractive, they genuinely enjoy your presence, your companionship, and they like being around you. There is this idea that they have in their mind right now of just keeping the peace with you and trying not to instigate anything beyond that. I also think because of this, with Temperance being here, this person is really just trying to go with the flow and not force anything to kind of happen right now. They're trying to be receptive rather than instigating anything. It's that Sagittarius ability to just surrender and be present, letting the universe take the wheel, essentially. I think with the Ten of Crystals here too, though, this is a hard feat for this person. They're not easily able to kind of surrender. I do think this person either likes to be in control, or with the Ten of Crystals has a lot of concerns over what is happening next. There is a feeling of kind of putting the nail in your own coffin and having to just deal with the consequences of your actions. There's a strong sense of denial, confusion, and destruction and accountability. The Ten of Crystals is kind of like the final straw that breaks the camel's back. And I think that when it comes to this connection, this person is realizing that things cannot continue forward in the way that they have been. But they are kind of clinging to the end of that cycle rather than the chance for a new beginning. So there is a lot of overthinking on their side. There's a lot of cards over here that indicate thoughts and them trying to stay focused on one specific objective with the Queen of Crystals. The Queen of Crystals never misses a beat. The Queen of Crystals is very observant, quick-witted and intelligent in that she sees everything, and she's very quick to kind of react in a way that is very controlled as well. She'll only show you what she wants you to see, and that is this person's kind of energy towards you in the way that they're observing you perhaps as well. It does feel like this person is thinking about the fact that you're both kind of icing each other out, if that resonates. I think for some of you, only one of you is actually being very icy. Because there is this idea with the Queen of Crystals as well of trying to get a better read on the other person. This person may be gathering information from other sources as well, trying to do a little background check on you if you're new or if you have spent some time apart. They're trying to figure out who you truly are and just observing you from a distance. Outside of that, I feel like this person is hopeful that things are going to shift in a positive way, but they are feeling like to some extent their hands are tied. There's not too much they can do to aid those shifts. So Spirit, is there anything you can add to this Tower card? Anything else you can tell us about what this Tower card means? You're not going to believe what just fell on the ground. What this Tower card means is we have a new beginning on the horizon. I do believe we have the Ten of Crystals to the Ace of Crystals and the Fool at the back of the deck. I do believe that for this group, there is going to be a new opportunity. It's not a promise, it's not a guarantee, it's an opportunity. And it's really about what you both choose to make of that opportunity. You both have to want it, and you both have to try for it. I think that this person is recognizing that they were clinging onto false beliefs or false hopes or false kind of actions and just kind of going behind that guise, expecting things to become stable in their own way. Now they've realized they can't do that. They have to push themselves forward in a more authentic way. They have to communicate. They have to speak up. They have to be real. They have to be honest. They have to be authentic. And I'm seeing here that there is an opportunity for that to happen in this connection. I'm not 100% sure on how likely that will be. It depends on your receptivity to this person, how much you actually want to accommodate that space for them to be able to speak their truth. This person isn't going to be bold and courageous out of nowhere. They're going to test the waters with you. They're going to really just sort of work themselves up to the point of having a profound sort of leap of faith moment. I do think that the desire for a fresh start or a kind of do-over is quite strong in this group. Especially the way that it manifests will be different. If you personally energetically do not want things to pursue with this person or proceed with this person, then you will be energetically blocking them, and you'll be freeing yourself for your own fresh start outside of this connection. It really depends on how receptive you are to them. They are aware of the fact that it takes two to tango, and they're hoping that you are both surrendering and receptive right now to the potential of this connection. But there is no guarantee, obviously. So let's get respectfully the truth from Jalissa's messages deck. Oh my gosh. All right, Spirit, what does this person want to say to my group twos? We have, I'm so embarrassed by my behavior. My feelings for you scare me. It was bad timing, love. What else does this person want to say? We have, please give me time to situate things. And you have it all. Why do you want me? The back of the deck we have, how could I hurt someone so beautiful / handsome? So this half of the deck, I've got another half here, but before I shuffle that half, this first half of the deck is really telling me that this person has been kind of guilt tripping themselves over the recent past between the two of you, specifically what they've had to do to kind of get to your level. I feel like this person has been busy, and they may have recently had a change in routine, a change in schedule, a change in how they structure their time, which has pulled them away from being able to work on whatever this is with you, whether you're established or new. There are guilty feelings. There is a feeling of betrayal, actually, with this Ten of Swords that I didn't pick up on fully until these channeled messages cards come out. There is also a recognition of the fact that you have it all. You do not need this person, so why do you want them? And I think this could either stem from their own personal insecurities, or this could just be a result of that lack of communication and clarity that you've had from each other due to the solitude, the distance, the separation, the internalization that this person is currently going through. My feelings for you scare me. That is resonating in two ways. If this is a newer person, they are shocked by how quickly strong feelings have come on for them about you. If this is an established person or someone you have known for quite some time, they are still shocked at how prolonged these feelings are and how these feelings have not waned, in the sense of, if anything, they've become more constant, more steady. There might have been just certain shifts in the feelings, going from temptation and desire to more of a care and affection, but the constant stream of emotion has not changed. I'm so embarrassed by my behavior. It was bad timing, love. I feel like this person may have been trying to manifest someone like you, but they may not have been ready for someone like you. The universe could have dangled you in front of them like a carrot to a deer, going, if you want it, you got to jump for it. Now this person is realizing, oh my God, am I ready to jump for it? Let's have a look at the other half of this deck. What else does this person want to say to my group twos? I feel butterflies when I see you. I believe that with Temperance. There is this cute sort of bashful crush energy here. It's not overwhelmingly passionate to the point where you would just kind of look at it as, well, yeah, they're an attractive person, like who wouldn't be into them? It's more of like a, I feel something special with you. This person could look at you and go, like, who wouldn't be attracted to them? But they still believe that what the two of you have is something unique and special, as though there is an element of being designed to love each other or to be with each other. Your minds only. There's a possessiveness here too. This person could feel pressured to jump at an opportunity with you out of fear of losing you to somebody else as well. I'm lying to you right now. In what way? In what way? I'm done acting like I don't care, and I cry when alone. So they're lying to you about how they truly feel. They're probably not being completely honest about the impact of this separation or this isolation. There's probably a lot that's going on in their head that they haven't been able to share with you. The back of the deck we have, I want to show you how much I value you. I just had to kind of consolidate some of the cards because they were all backwards. But I do believe that this person has a strong sense of attachment to you. Not in an unhealthy way, because essentially creating love for someone is about understanding your attachment to them and how you are attached to them. And I feel like this person is trying to redefine that attachment and maybe operate from a more secure attachment style rather than a needy or insecure attachment style. They could also feel afraid of actually caring about anyone for fears of abandonment, and that could be a wound as well. So I do feel like this person has a lot that they want to say to you. I want to get advice for you now, though, because we're looking at a lot of kind of what they want to, and then what they see, and kind of how they're feeling. But what is the best advice for you at this point in time? For that, I actually want my musical messages oracle deck. What is the best advice for my group twos in this situation with this person? This deck just feels like it would have the answers for us. Okay, we got a chord. Just a Girl by No Doubt. Spirit is reminding you to have courage. We also have Army of Me by Bjork and Sticky by Raven Lene. These are all powerful women. These are all powerful feminine energies who have learned to assert themselves through feats of masculinity, to maintain healthy boundaries in situations where they feel like their needs are not being met. There is a strong message based off of my deck that you do need to be able to communicate what you want. You do have the right, based on being a human being and a conscious being, to have your needs met and to be able to assert boundaries when things are not going the way that you deserve. So I feel like with this person, this is really talking about the energy that you put out, my group twos, and being assertive with your energy. But it is also talking about you being expressive. And I think that in this situation, sorry, group two, we were cut off by my camera. I've been doing a lot of filming lately for my podcast as well, and I did not realize that the memory card was full. So, rookie error. But let's get back into it. As I was saying with your oracle cards, I feel like there's a strong message here of expression, of really getting the truth out there. And it's interesting because in my deck, these are cards of energy rather than words and communication. These cards are associated with very passionate feelings of anger and of needing to stand up for yourself, have courage to kind of prove that you're not some helpless, innocent little maiden, of sort of using your experiences, your passion to redefine your sense of worth as well as your boundaries. So with this person, there's a lot of desire, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy, and you need to find ways to express that so that this person knows where they stand with you as well. I want to pull one more card from another deck over here. Spirit, what other advice do you have for my group twos in this situation? Okay, look at that, my sweet souls. We have Goddess. There's a lot of feminine energy here. It doesn't matter if you're what you identify as in terms of genders. Feminine energy is about fertility, abundance, creativity. It is about being and that passive energy of knowing. There is a lot of power in feminine energy because you do stand firm in the knowledge of what is, rather than get swept away by the concerns and anxiousness of what could be, rather than dwelling and festering in the energy of what has been. There is a beautiful strength to femininity in staying firmly planted in the present while also gaining intuitive downloads of where things are shifting and how things are moving. I think Spirit is ultimately asking you to trust your intuition in this situation. Outside of that, make sure that you are maintaining a heavy sense of worth. Make sure that you are not lowering your standards. Make sure that you have reasonable expectations. Make sure that you have communicated your expectations when you get to that point with this person. And make sure that you are really channeling that energy of assurance that you have, because I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm talking to people who know who they are, they know what they deserve, and they know who should be able to kind of add to that. At the very least, you guys are the kind of people who I feel have really had to establish boundaries with people in the past, because you may have been taken advantage of for your abundance, for your nature, for your ability to be able to really give and offer so much to those around you in whatever capacity that was. This is a kind of lesson that is learned in many different relationships, not just romantic relationships. So really stand firm in that knowledge and that experience and in that wisdom. Don't lower your standards to make room for this person. Give them the chance to rise, to be at your level, because they deserve that and you deserve that as well, of any partner who chooses to be at your side. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group is Tupuses. Let's shuffle some cards now to have a look at what we're talking about in your extended reading. I'm going to use tarot for you. I used oracle cards for my group 1s, but I feel like tarot is going to be a bit better for you. For my group 2s, please, Spirit, what are we talking about in the extended reading for my group 2s? Eight of Wands, Four of Wands. Oh my gosh. Somebody's getting married. Somebody's getting married. We have the Empress as well. Okay. And the Ten of Pentacles. Alright, let me just get my voice recorder out so we can record this. Okay. So, for my groupus tupuses, honestly, sweet soul, I am so proud of you. I just want to cry because I can tell you have been through it. And I'm sorry that this is so random. Like, I'm a goofball. I have my little moments where I do my little quirky things with my voice. But I am so proud of you. This energy is beautiful. In your extended reading, we need to acknowledge the fact, first of all, before you even get to your extended reading, that you are on to bigger and better things. You are moving into a space of abundance, of legacy, of growth and long-term stability, sweet soul. You're going to have stability in your immediate future. You're going to feel security, comfort, and you're going to have a moment of celebration in which you can relax and feel at peace in who you are and in who is around you. There is a strong feeling of success in this group, but it's the kind of success that leaves you feeling satisfied. It's not the kind of success that makes you go, I need more. It's that beautiful opportunity to just sit and be. So in your extended reading, we need to talk about your long-term legacy. We need to talk about your long-term sense of commitment. We need to have a look at that energy and how that relates to this connection and what that looks like for you in general. For some of you, this person we're talking about today is someone who you want a future with. For others of you, that may not be the case, so we need to clarify that. Who is your future with? And what is that going to look like? Because you have a lot to offer. You have so much to give. And you are going to receive that and more from your destined partner. With the Eight of Wands, we also need to have a look at how things are moving forward for you in the immediate future. I can see someone communicating with you, and I can also see this back and forth energy exchange in which there is a lot of expression, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of attraction, and there's a lot of desire to keep this momentum. So what is that? How is that happening? Who who is involved in that. I do believe it's your person, sweet soul, because we did start this reading about them, and whatever they're going through, it does feel like it is a temporary space, but we're going to confirm that in your extended reading. With the Four of Wands here, Spirit really wants you to know that you will have security in your immediate future. I want to know what that kind of security is. It could be a new house, it could be a new sense of union. We're going to have a look at what that Four of Wands is about for you. Are we looking at romantic union? Are we looking at security in terms of a stable home? Let's have a look at that for sure in the extended reading and what that means for you, because it's beautiful, it's peaceful, and it's this beautiful feeling of having an opportunity to bring people around you to celebrate that sense of achievement as well. With the Empress being here, we also need to have a look at your abundance and your fertility. I think there is going to be a leveling up in general for you. The Empress is this energy of growth, and I feel like things are growing, but I need to clarify. For some of you, this is literally looking like travel, marriage, and children. For others of you, that's going to translate differently. So I need to kind of break it down and have a look at what this progression means for you. There's passion, there's excitement, there's stability, there's celebration, and then there's this growth and this spurt of fertility. So I need to kind of, with the Empress card, just have a look at, okay, group 2, how are you growing from here? Where is all of your hard work towards self-care taking you? Because this Empress card is strongly indicating something is continuing to grow for your benefit. So if that sounds like something you would like to be a part of, or if that sounds like something that would be helpful for you, especially if the first part of your reading resonated, your extended reading is on my website. It will have already been filmed at the time that you're seeing this. To access that extended reading, you just need to click the link in the description box, or you can go to thehermittarotshop.com directly and click on the extended readings page. If you're an Amethyst Hermie member on my website, you'll have access to all the extended readings in today's video at any time, as long as you're signed in. You can also have a look at all the readings that have been posted over the last year on my website. I just want to take a quick second to thank all of you Amethyst Hermies for your support. If you're in group 2, I really appreciate you. Honestly, I can't even put it into words. I'm just very, very grateful, and I hope that you've been happy as well with what we've been able to create over there. Thank you so much, my group 2s in general. Whether you're leaving me here or joining me in the next portion, I appreciate you so much for your time, your energy, your support. Thank you for supporting me, this community, and free tarot on YouTube in general. I'm very grateful to be able to do what I do, and that is not possible without you. So thank you so much. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope, even though it was general, you were able to gain clarity, confirmation, and perspective. Please look after your beautiful self. Keep seeking your truth, and I will connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi my group 3s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful Curious Creatures tarot deck or the Forgiveness card, Set Yourself Free, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome group 3. We're asking Spirit today, what is the person on your mind's thoughts and feelings towards you? We're going to be clarifying their energy towards you and just having a clear look at what is on their mind. I am hoping to be able to confirm what you may already know, but better than that, help fill in the gaps, especially if this is, excuse me, Yoda, down. Sorry, everybody. Especially if this has a lot to do with somebody who has left you wondering and questioning everything. If you hear me talking in the background or talking very loudly in the foreground to somebody who's being naughty, it's my dog, my little dog. I apologize in advance. I don't think it'll be too much of an issue, but already had to pull him up, so may as well get that out there in case it does continue to cause issues. Group 3, let's start by you limiting whatever else you're doing in terms of minimizing distractions for a moment. I want you to very clearly focus on the sound of my voice and on this reading. I want you to really think about the person that's on your mind right now, and I want you to very clearly think about either their name, their face, or the idea of who this person is if you do not know them personally yet. For example, if you're here looking at the idea of a future spouse or your next partner, think about who this person is to you. Think about who popped up in your mind when you saw this reading and made you click this video, and keep them at the forefront of your mind. Spirit, what is this person's current energy towards my group threes? This person's current energy towards my group threes. What is this person's current energy towards my group threes? Okay, you may continue doing whatever the heck it is you were doing outside of this reading now. Thank you so much for your attention, group 3. Let me shuffle some dice because I didn't do this for the other groups, but I feel like you need it. What is this person's current energy towards my group 3, Spirit? Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So for my group 3s, why do we have an extra dice? Oh, because there's 9. That makes sense. This person is really wanting stability. This person is hoping that the two of you can work through any confusion, any mixed feelings, any competition issues for those who have just recently met this person. They're hoping that they can settle any of the disparity between the two of you and that you can both be on the same page quickly. Their energy is one of someone who's very determined to quickly secure security with you. This person wants to act fast, and they want to be very clear about the fact that they want something long-term and stable. The idea is peace, union, and stability. But the goal in the short term is to make sure that they are putting in the right amount of effort and communication. This person is highlighting forgiveness and communication as their priority right now. Their energy towards you is that they want forgiveness. They want the two of you to be on the same page. They're hoping that they can kind of come through and offer quite a grand gesture. Not in like a narcissistic way that is very self-focused, but in the way of showing to you and proving to you that this is something that they mean. And in that respect, they do believe that actions speak louder than words right now. Their energy is a little overwhelmed because I feel like they are putting their best foot forward with you, trying to show you the better version of themselves. It feels very much like a redirection though, as though they've been turned around or they've had to try certain things differently with you because what they had been doing previously wasn't working. This person is wanting to make sure that you don't forget them, if that resonates for some of you, making sure that they say hello or just kind of pop up and make communication really obvious so that they are someone that's at the forefront of your mind, much like my voice was when I was growling Yoda. So I do think that for a lot of you, this person is hoping to be seen by you at the very least, but they're mostly wanting to kind of clear the air with you and make sure that you see them for who they truly are. This person may have recently realized what they wanted, and now they're trying to come through and say, hey, group 3, I know now. I know what I want now, and I'm sorry it had taken me a while, or I'm sorry that I wasn't obvious in the past. This person is hoping that you're both going to be on the same page. They feel like they were the only one that really needed to kind of get their ish together, for lack of a better word. So they're assuming that this is still something that you want as well. I believe their energy towards you is to just kind of put a lot of focus on this in connection in the immediate future. So let's have a look at their thoughts and feelings now. Put this dice away. That forgiveness card was actually their current energy towards you as well. It's what I shuffled it with the intention of at the beginning of your reading. Off camera, of course. So you choosing that card was no coincidence in this group. They do really, their energy towards you is that they are hoping to have your forgiveness and to be on the same page. There's a strong energy here of making peace. Spirit, for my group 3s, what is this person's current thoughts and feelings towards group 3? What is this person's current thoughts and feelings towards group 3? Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. What is this person's current thoughts and feelings towards group 3? We have the Eight of Swords. We have the World card, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Cups again. What is this person's current thoughts and feelings towards my group 3s? Did your group a little bit differently than the other groups now that I realize I got to pull some song cards for you as well. So I did that for the other groups instead of dice. What is this person's current thoughts and feelings? Queen of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, they do hold concerns over what they did in the past, putting a huge spanner in the works of this connection. This person is concerned about being on the same page with you, and they're afraid of you seeing them as someone who is immature, who was not expressive enough, who is not, for some of you, this person's afraid of not being captivating enough to have your attention. They fear that you may see them as someone who is unable to kind of get it together for you. This person's thoughts and feelings towards you are around something that happened in your past, and the fact that it may have taken them a while to get things together, or to get to a point where they should have said this sooner, is what it feels like, especially with the Four of Pentacles. They feel a little stuck, but at the same time they recognize that they're the ones that have kind of contributed to this stagnancy or stillness in this connection, especially with that Four of Pentacles. They can't be firm enough. There's a frugal energy there of being limited in what they can bring to this connection or what they can garner from this connection, but it feels like they know that they've contributed to that frugalness, that limited capacity. On top of that, with the Two of Wands at the back of the deck, their current thoughts and feelings towards you are that things do need to change, but it feels like this Two of Wands is more about choices for the future, the directions that, the different directions, should I say, that this connection could go through, and how you may react to whatever it is that they have to say, or what their actions, the consequences of their actions is the main vibe that Two of Wands brings. Now, they may have delayed romantic action towards you because of a difference in status, if that resonates. There is a feeling of them looking up to you as someone who has a lot of stuff together materially. You may be someone who has a few degrees under your belt as well, but they just see you as someone who is high value. And it feels like they have constantly compared their offer of romance to the value that you bring naturally to the situation. I think with this Eight of Swords here as well, this person has maximized issues rather than minimized them. This person has the tendency to make things out to be bigger than what they actually are, and this adds to the confusion in the situation. Any little issues, especially around other people in your life and other people that you show attention to or that show attention to you, could have been maximized and seen as major red flags or distractions or just things to look out for. It feels like this person was looking for red flags when they were looking at you. On top of that, there is also this feeling of a cycle coming to an end and this person running out of time, which is probably why I've been talking so quickly this whole time. There is a looming deadline that this person has to work with, and they're thinking about that a lot. It has impacted their feelings. It's put the hard sort of crack of the whip on this person to the point where they're feeling like they're having to work overtime to consolidate how they feel, to work through some confusion and fears, and to make sure that they're presenting their best offer to you. It sounds very official and formal. It almost feels like this person is taking this connection too seriously at the moment, to the point where they're treating it like their job. But I do think that they are wanting to make you see how serious they are, and they can't do that unless they make sure they tie up loose ends and they really are tapping into the better part of their personality. I can see this person may have struggled with confidence in the past as well. My group threes, I was about to say two because of all these twos over here. I do think that this person may have struggled with confidence in the past, but the number 21 on the world card tells me that they have been focusing on how they see themselves, and they have been trying to celebrate some recent success or this recent achievement that has them wanting to start fresh with you. The thing about this fresh start is they're not wanting to ignore any of the history that you have or any of the water that's under the bridge with you. They're more so wanting to acknowledge it as part of this journey and part of the growth and the wisdom that was gained through this with you. They want you to acknowledge that they have grown and they have changed, and they think about coming through as someone who has developed from when you first saw them. Feelings are a little confusing, to be honest with you. There's a lot of thought, but there's also a lot of practicality in this person's energy towards you. So they're thinking of like the practical circumstances of which they'll see you next, what could be happening around the same time, what could be bringing the two of you together, what should they prioritize in that conversation? Are there other things that you need to talk about as well? I can see how for this group you may even be in a serious relationship with this person, and it may have felt like your relationship wasn't a priority in the recent time frame. It may have felt like this person had prioritized other things or made you feel like they didn't want the same future as you, because it feels like this person is really having to kind of show you what they've always felt, but just make it more obvious. That's what it feels like. So even if this is a brand new person, my group threes, there is a strong feeling here of them showing you that they see what you see and that they want what you want, and that the future of this doesn't have to be so confusing anymore, and they're going to try more and they're going to be more active. It really feels like they're trying to push themselves forward in this and really make themselves a prominent figure so that you don't have to guess and you don't have to just rely on yourself. You can also rely on them, which is probably why the forgiveness card came out for their current energy towards you. It's like them approaching you and hoping for your forgiveness, regardless of gender. Not that that matters. We're dealing with a horse and a person here. It's like they're this horse, this unicorn, approaching you and hoping that you will offer them forgiveness and comfort, because this person is also giving me the vibe of like missing that emotional closeness. So I do think that for all of you, this person is wanting to be closer to you, but they also don't want you to see them as someone who is going to repeat these cycles. That's why I think we have the World card and the Ten of Pentacles here. They're hoping that this will be a cause for almost celebration, but just culmination of, okay, now that we've confronted this and now that we've identified this, like, we're not going to continue this. We're going to make sure that this cycle is not repeated. That's what it kind of feels like here. I do want to pull some song cards for you now. Is there anything else you can tell us about this person's current energy towards my group threes? About this person's current energy towards my group threes. We have T-Pain, I'm sprung. I'm sprung. We also have The Weeknd, Rolling Stone. And we have, oh my god, Differences by Genuine. At the back of the deck is Destiny's Child, Dangerously in Love. Okay, let me zoom y'all in a little bit. So over here, T-Pain, I'm sprung. This person really enjoys your attention. They see you as someone who I feel they're very attached to. This is an interesting group because I can understand how this could be a new person, but it already feels like this person knows you so well. It already feels like you're already pretty attached to each other. So it's like I can understand how it could be a new person, but I can really clearly see how the two of you could have already been in a long relationship together. This person wants to contribute more to your life. They want to be more active in your life, especially with this card. It's just giving me a strong, like, wanting to be a part of your story, your daily routine, wanting to be a part of the challenges, wanting to be a part of the celebrations, the success. They want to be more active in your life. We have The Weeknd, the song Rolling Stone by The Weeknd. Now, with this energy, it feels like this person may have only just clicked on how the two of you, like what the issues that you may have presented to them previously. They only fully clicked and realized what all of that means recently. They only recently went, oh wow, like I should have, would have, could have been a little bit more careful so that I wasn't contributing so much of a negative thing to this connection. That's probably not the best way to surmise it. It almost feels like they're only just now realizing what you had been trying to show them from the beginning. They've only just come on board for the good and the bad. For some of you, this has to do with issues that you tried to say were issues, and they might have minimized it and gone like, it's not really an issue right now. And now they're realizing, okay, it was. Like, I should have been a bit more careful. And then for others of you, this card is saying that they did not see the good or the success in general in this connection until long after you did. There is a strong feeling with this card of just overthinking and overanalyzing to the point where it caused delays and issues in this connection. And then lastly, with genuine differences, this person's energy towards you is that you are very special. They do feel like their life has changed, but they also feel like there's a lot more to gain in the future. I feel like this person, listen, sweets, I don't think I need to be more descriptive in the fact that it feels like y'all are already in a relationship together. They want to strengthen what you already have is the main message I'm getting for this group. They want to strengthen what you already have, and they want to be very clear on what the end of this chapter in their life means for the two of you, because it feels like this person has gone through development and change. With this differences song, they also want to acknowledge that a big part of whatever success they've experienced recently had to do with you, and the fact that you were a big support to them, but also a big inspiration to them. For this group, I do feel like for some of you, you're not seeking forgiveness or temperance, as we saw. You may just be wanting your own peace, and you may be looking at this situation as a fork in the road. But I do think that if you are wanting things to move forward smoothly and seamlessly, then you are going to be on the same page as this person, because that is ultimately what they are showing feelings towards and energy towards. They are acknowledging that it's been a long time, or it's been too long since they've had the chance to show you this. So for a lot of you, you could have felt kept in the dark when it comes to the amazing things that I'm talking about right now. Let's get some channeled messages. What does this person want to say to my group threes? This deck is huge, so there's two parts to it. This is the first part that I'm shuffling right now. What does this person want to say to my group threes? I'm afraid of commitment. I'm genuinely sorry I hurt you. I'm so deeply in love with you. I reread our messages all the time. Clarify, I'm afraid of commitment. Okay, let me pick that up. I'm not taking reversals in this deck too, by the way. You are my sunshine, baby. I wish I could erase all the bad. Let me shuffle this other deck and then I'll tell you what I'm feeling. What else does this person want to say to my group threes? I've looked at wedding rings. Oh. You were just someone on my checklist. People are talking. They can say what they like. I don't care. I don't want to hurt your feelings. What is this and you are just someone on my checklist energy about? I'm hearing that song by Rihanna, the one that we have to bloody cling to because she hasn't come out with another album. Anyway, you guys can probably sing it better. I'm too tired to do the whole scales. And I'm not warmed up. You caught me on an off day. Nah, I'm just making excuses now. But you know the song, Needed Me by Rihanna. Maybe you don't know the song. Sorry to project that knowledge onto you. But you needed me. I was good on my own. That's the way it was. That's the way it was. He was good on the low for a faded fuck. Oh my days. Okay, let's not recite the whole verse. But this person and you could have started off very grey. Very situational, very opportunistic in terms of like, I'm just looking for something on the side, or I just want a little bit of fun on the side. It could have been a sneaky link. It could have been a case of one person wanting this, another person wanting that. It feels like now that your energy has shifted, this person wants what you used to want. So I do think that for a lot of you, this person is only just realizing that what you were thinking and what you were wanting in this connection is also what they want now. But do you still want it? Because I do think that this person may have made you feel like an option, or may have put you and this connection on the back burner, made you feel like things could not progress in the way that you wanted. So you had to pursue other things. You had to stay open to other opportunities, other people for some of you. I do think that this person may have compared this connection to an unrealistic sort of expectation. And it's not that you didn't live up to that unrealistic expectation, it's that they just weren't actually looking at a commitment in a serious way. They were almost looking for ways to blow it out of realism so that they could not focus on it, so that they could make it so unattainable it wasn't something that they should prioritize. And then they realized that it is attainable and that they could have had that with you. So it's very interesting because I don't think that a lot of you are wanting reconciliation now that this person does want it. I don't doubt that this person is now trying to become more serious. I don't doubt the authenticity in that energy, but I do wonder whether they're going to be met with a lot of receptive energy from you. Are you open to receiving them trying to take this situation seriously? Because they're not coming towards you as the master who has conquered this plight of uncommittal, non-committal energy. They're coming towards you still as a student who is open to working on this non-committal energy. They're still quite afraid of biting off more than they can chew when it comes to a Ten of Pentacles successful future with you, but they are hoping that if the two of you are both working on it and both wanting the same things, it won't be as scary and unfamiliar as it is while they're just thinking about it by themselves. There is something daunting about having a future with you because you do come across as somebody that has their ish together. And I feel like although this person's feelings are together now, they're no longer confused about how they feel about you. They have strong feelings, mostly prompted by the idea of you ending up with somebody else. The only thing that they do need to sort out is how do they get you there? How do they contribute to your Ten of Pentacles future? How do they add to your Queen of Pentacles stability? You already have everything put together. You were good on your own. What else can they kind of add? This person is embarrassed by their behavior because I do feel like they have a good head on their shoulders. They probably present as someone that has really good, strong morals and values. And for some reason, they really dropped the ball with you. I don't doubt that other people have had opinions about what's happened between the two of you, which hasn't made this whole process easier. If anything, it's made it more confusing, my group threes. And at this point, based on your channeled messages, there is still certain contradictions and confusion. So I do need to get some advice for you now. Let's have a look at what is in your best interest in this situation. What is in group three's best interest? We have bonfire, the number 2. Let me hold this card up for you. There you go. At the back of the deck, we have manifestation, the number 23. I'm also going to use my deck. What is in group three's best interest here? I see we have Ajna, the third eye chakra. What is in group three's best interest? The main message I'm hearing is pay attention to what you feel. Pay attention to what you feel. Yeah. Okay. And we have vigilance, believe by share. By share. Share. Share? Share. Listen, you guys are probably so sick of me having to question the bloody pronunciation of that beautiful name. It's not a common name in Australia. I have no idea how to say it. Every time. She might be the most famous person in the world, but I still have no idea how to say her name. So, group 3. Your advice has a lot to do with remembering the path that you're already on when it comes to this person. I feel like this group has already drawn a line in the sand. You've already had to put your foot down. You've already had to assert boundaries, and you've already had to stand up for yourself and what you want. Spirit is saying stick to that plan. This card says it is through remembering that you awake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration. Stand firm in your boundaries, stand true to your original plan, and make sure that this is a situation of compromise, not sacrifice. You both need to make sure that you're heard and your needs are met if you want to pursue this as an active partnership. Something with this person will only work if it is a partnership. You cannot afford to sacrifice and focus all your energy and resources on nurturing this person to match your level. You will deplete your own energy and resources without any supplementation, which will inevitably cause you to wither. And I don't see this person being strong enough to support you. So you have to let them meet you halfway or stand firm in the boundaries you've already set. And if they can't, you continue on the path that you're already on. Now, from my deck, Spirit is saying trust what you feel. And that's not just from your heart, that's from your intuition. That's from your inner knowing. That's from what the fiber of your spiritual being is saying to you when this person talks to you. I feel like they say one thing, but you pick up on the truth through your third eye. Pay attention to your intuitive downloads. Pay attention to that undescribable intuitive feeling, and also pay attention to the subconscious messages you could be gaining through dreams and through whatever signs you're seeing as well, whether that's repeat numbers, whether that's phrases that are being spoken to you around the same time that you need advice on what's going on with this person. Spirit saying trust your intuition, trust your intuitive feelings. Outside of that, Spirit is also saying that if you think you deserve more than this, stay true to that belief as well. Oh my gosh, group 3, my camera decided to stop recording, as it does. If you've been following me for a while, you know these cameras do that. But I didn't realize. So I was here channeling, speaking for a good 2 minutes after it had stopped. So please excuse me while I try to remember everything that I channeled. I just finished talking about Ajna, and we were here talking about surprise. Now, in my deck, this card is associated with the song Wait a Minute by Willow. And the main energy that I get from that card is that you have really worked too hard to get to where you are when it comes to perception, consciousness, and awakening. You are very in tune with your higher purpose and with the truth, your truth. Now, does your truth match that of any other individual on this earth? Not necessarily. I believe that that is the beauty of being so consciously aware. We are ultimately experiencing different versions of this life simultaneously. And I think when it comes to this person, there may be discrepancies around what has previously happened in your shared history together, and you may have felt a certain pain associated with experiences from your past where they may have not, for lack of a better sort of description. I feel like with that card, Spirit is just saying, please don't go back on any of the progress or on any of the development, healing, and awareness that you have gained through this experience with this person. Don't take away from what you have done to make your own head clear, to gain your own clarity, and to gain your own sense of awareness and truth. I feel like at the end of the day, this could be a situation that becomes very petty and trivial, when actually it's more about you both realizing that, hey, this is what I want, this is what I believe, and I'm just going to have to agree to disagree. I think that that card is mostly as advice, saying that you have worked really hard to get to your state of being, and you should not break that, bend that, or sacrifice that to allow this person a more stable position in your present. I do think that there is going to have to be an agree to disagree moment in this connection, even just to be able to move forward with peace. For Sound and Color by Alabama Shakes to be here, Spirit also wants to say that falling in love is a very unique thing. And if you have fallen in love with this person or fallen for them, I don't want that beautiful feeling to take away from where you currently stand. There is a strong message here of you honoring that feeling while also honoring what is best for you and what is of your highest good. And your advice here is to acknowledge that that is a very beautiful and rare thing, falling for someone or developing really strong, innocently affectionate feelings for someone. And it doesn't always mean that things work out in the way that we expected them to at that moment that we fell for them. It also means that we don't need to explain that to everybody else, because that's a very unique feeling that we only feel for that person. So I think that I just want you to honor that feeling of how beautiful that is without feeling guilty for where things may be right now. Your advice for you has a lot to do with this Hot Tub Dream Machine card by Toby Lou. This is my healer card. We would love to be able to go back and fix everything and be the person that we are today with the knowledge that we have back then, but we can't. All we can do is the best with what we have. And now you're in a position where you do know more. You may even know better. So make sure that you don't make the same mistakes in this connection and with this person. Moving forward, you can still hold love for this person while potentially having to keep them at a distance for your own healthy progress forward. Because I do think that this person and you, when you get together, it can even become quite volatile at times. And there's just a strong feeling here of trying to reshape the path forward together without taking away from the path that you've created for yourself right now. So I hope that that makes sense, my group threes. I'm going to zoom out and let's get some messages about your extended reading. I'm going to do the same that I did for group one. We're going to use this deck. Group 2 had the tarot deck, but you're going to have this deck like group 1. What are we covering in group 3's extended reading? We have twin. Yeah, it was giving me twin vibes, this connection. What do you want to talk about in group 3's extended reading? Be free, do what you love. We have the hold. At the back of the deck, we have body as a house reversed. So let me just get my voice notes ready. Okay, so group 3. I'm doing a little voice note so that I remember what we're covering in your extended reading, but I'm going to aim to film your extended reading straight after this. So it's going to be pretty seamless in terms of the timeline. Group 3 in your extended reading, we are talking more about this person. The last two groups we didn't. We kept it very open. We talked a little bit about their person and we talked a lot about them. With you, the first card that came out was Twin. We have to talk about how you and this person are mirroring behavior, feelings, emotions, and thoughts. We need to talk about what you are mirroring, and we need to have a look at how you are triggering each other as well. Spirit wants to bring more of awareness to how you impact each other, and that's why we have the Twin card here. We also need to talk about this Be Free, Do What You Love card. We need to talk about moving forward and carving a path of individuality while also sharing this very special connection to this person. Spirit does want you to get a better understanding of what is next in this connection with them and how you can focus on yourself while still honoring the feelings you may have for this person. We also need to talk about the Hold card. Now, this card is about a severe sense of attachment, and I think that you may have worked on really letting go of that sense of attachment on your end, but we are experiencing a cycle in which this person has come back and they want to keep a firm hold on you. So we need to look at our attachment style in this connection, and Spirit wants to specifically talk about how to make it more of a secure attachment or a healthier attachment so that it isn't impinging on individual growth and freedom. Lastly, with Body as a House at the back of the deck, Spirit also wants to talk about you taking better care of yourself. This isn't meant to be a lecture because you're already doing a lot for yourself, Group 3, but we just need to explore how you can better take care of yourself without me feeling like your parent and telling you to brush your teeth before bed. So if that sounds intriguing, if the first part of your reading did especially resonate and you want to explore the extended reading with me, the link is in the description box. Your extended reading is on my website, specifically on the extended readings page. Please triple check what you are buying before you buy it. Make sure you've clicked on the right reading. Make sure you've clicked on the right group. Otherwise, it can take me a little while to get back to you. I have a lot of emails in my inbox. Thankfully, I have some help now, so it shouldn't be as crazy as it was at the start of this year. But please just double check. It's your money. It's your hard-earned money. So I want to make sure that you're spending it on exactly what you are wanting to spend it on. If you are an Amethyst Hermie member on my website, you will have access to all of the extended readings from today's video, as well as the readings that are already on my website. So that's going back over a year now of extended readings. It could be something to look into if you find yourself purchasing a lot of extended readings from me. I want to say a huge thank you to my Amethyst Hermies for their support, and also a huge thank you to all my Group 3s who are watching me today, whether you're joining me in the extended or not. I appreciate all your time, your energy, and your support. I feel very grateful to have had the opportunity to read for you today. I hope we were able to confirm things for you and really paint a better perspective of what's going on from this person's side. They have a lot of respect for you, Group 3. They may not have shown that in the past, but they do have high hopes in showing that to you in the future. I know that that is all a bunch of words, so I hope that the advice above all is something that really rang true for you and was something that you feel you can move forward with, giving you better control over the choices that you're making for yourself. Thank you so much, my Group 3s. I have so much love for you. Thank you for your time, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye!